Hello, Facebook family and friends. Here we go.
City dangerous. On down the street, dangerous.
Who does that sound like?
City's dangerous. On down the street, dangerous. City's dangerous. On down the street, dangerous.
Who?
City's dangerous.
All right. All right. Right. Facebook family and friends. Who was that? Welcome
That
to
was
the
us.
Doris Hall James Indie Show.
Yeah.
And this show provides a platform and a showcase to showcase one's musical journey from the beginning to the end. And as you can guess, today our guests are the first choice. And welcome, ladies. To
All right, thank you.
I am
Thank you
so
for having us.
thank you, because I am so glad you accepted my invitation and you're here today. This is a pleasure for me, and it's a pleasure for Gilbert and Boy.
Well,
I'm so excited. Okay. Yes.
Well, can I say something?
Yes.
We appreciate you wanting to do a story about us.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. We really do.
I mean, it's been I have to turn the fan off. Wait a minute.
Oh,
There we go. Now
Okay.
Okay.
So when we started the show, we looked at, in this area, it's just so many entertainers,
Yes.
musicians.
wonderful
and
talent.
That's
it's-
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
talent.
all
Every,
levels.
all,
That's right.
and we said, we can't forget the first choice. That's who we want to bring here.
That's
And I set out.
Thank
Get
you.
you right.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes,
Yeah,
she, yes, she
that's why I
did.
kept on.
Yes, she did. She reached out.
Texting,
She
calling.
reached out.
Yeah.
And you know the funny thing, I'm a firm believer in things happen for reasons.
Mhm.
Because Annette and I was even talking about that. I had deleted my Facebook message inbox.
Okay.
And for some reason, I re-downloaded it.
Uh-huh.
And here was a message from you.
I'm everywhere, I'm telling you.
And I'm like, who is this?
Yeah, yeah.
So
I'm
like,
everywhere.
okay. Oh, okay. And I responded back. But things happen for reasons, and we
Right.
appreciate you. We really do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we want to get started because we want to travel with you through your musical journey.
Yeah.
So let's start with how, when, and where, and how did this all begin?
Well, it really started in high school.
Okay.
And Andre needed to tell her journey. She was there from the beginning and she's back. And we're so happy that she's back.
Can you go home
Congratulations,
again?
girl.
You can go home again.
Andre, tell us your story from when we first met.
Oh, I was of the ripe age of 17.
Okay. Okay.
Had gotten out of school and sang at church with the one of the members, Rochelle. And we were always, we were raised together, everyone in the same choir.
Mhm.
And then they had a few members, but it was with a different name.
Mhm.
And when I came in, they developed another name, and they kept me around for a minute.
Good.
Yeah, I enjoyed
Sure,
myself.
people.
You enjoy that music, right?
Yeah.
Couldn't get away with it. No, I know. I understand that.
Yeah, it's paid my bills. I paid my rent.
Okay. Okay.
So I started also young age, and Rochelle and I met at Overbrook High School,
Okay.
and it was a group of the lady and Adele.
Mhm.
After they left, and Andre left, there was Rochelle, Wardell, and
Wardell
myself.
Piper.
Yes. And there was the first choice. Alexis said it was a different name. And we sang at different events throughout the city. And one day we decided that we wanted to be professional and that we could sing just as good as somebody was on the radio.
Yeah.
So we made our way down to meet Georgie Wood.
Mm-hmm.
So we left from my house in Winfield, my mother's home. And we walked down to WDAS. To
back
meet
in the
Georgie.
woods. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Georgie Wood.
I
The
remember
man
that.
with the good.
Yeah, the man with the good,
Yeah.
Georgie Wood.
And he liked what he heard, and he introduced us to Norman Harris.
Okay.
And that started everything. And Norman did he have something to do with Delphonics? He was writing songs for so many artists and manager. They put us with a manager. Next thing you know, his first song was "This Is the House Where Love Died." This is a house. Made a little noise, and next thing you know, Armed and Extremely Dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And we moved on, but that's when Joyce Jones came in. And after Joyce came, ta-da!
Kicking.
Okay.
Pain in the butt.
Well, let's say names. Let's introduce ourselves.
Okay, I'm in that guest.
I'm Ursula Herring.
Andre Jackson.
Okay, all right. Now after that, Ursula came in.
Ursula came in,
Yeah.
and you came
Okay.
on with Dr. Love.
No, I came in. Actually, people thought that I was actually on the Player album because I came in. They had just finished recording it, and I came in before it was released. And because there was an actual picture on the front, they actually thought that I had recorded on that album. But I've done 2 albums. I actually recorded on Let Us Entertain You when we went to Warner Brothers,
Mm.
and South Soul's Dr. Love, which was The Delusions. And I was with a funk band,
Okay.
Tapestry.
Oh, Tapestry.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Okay.
first choice, I knew Stan Watson from me being a little bad girl running up down the street all bad, cutting up. And whenever they needed somebody, he said I know the person I'm gonna get. And because he had seen me in different clubs with Tapestry. So I had 3 offers. Sister Sledge.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
They were putting the Brides of Funkenstein together,
Mhm.
and I was asked to be a bride and first choice. Well, I thought about it. I said, Sister Sledge, no, they're sisters. If anything happens, they're gonna look out for this stuff. But we're all cool still. I said, call me Funkadelic Funkenstein, Brides of Funkenstein. I said, I'm already in a funk band. I want to do something different.
Mhm.
First choice. So I went with
Yeah,
first choice.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, and the reason why they consider me an original is because I was the longest third girl. I stayed like
Yeah.
7, almost 8 years with first choice.
All right.
Yeah. And now here we go again.
But it started, it was a
Continue,
South
you
Soul
continue.
reunion.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
What year was that? 14 or 15.
14, I think it was.
And we all got together, Rochelle, Ursula, Annette, Wardell.
Mhm.
And after that performance, we really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we decided, let's just do
Hey,
it.
let's do
Let's
this.
do it again.
Mhm.
Let's do it. You should keep right on doing it. You know, traveling down that road. It's not over. And I don't think you could stop even if you wanted to.
Well, you know, a lot of people actually
And,
thought that we had shut down the music business.
Yeah.
And Nat and I and Dre, they thought we wasn't doing anything.
That's right.
You know, because it had been told, that we're not in the business anymore. But that was nothing but far from being the truth. And Nat and I and Dre never left the music business. And Nat can tell you what she did, but Nat and I got back together because she was doing background for Patti LaBelle.
Okay.
And she called me. She said, Ursula, I'm going to be doing. I need to do something else, and Patty's going to need a vocalist. And I was like, excuse me. She said, I told her that I got the perfect person. And I was like, what? Me? Oh, okay. Well, I was shocked because I hadn't talked to Nat in years. And there's rumors, female groups, they never get along.
Yeah.
Well, that was kind of far from the truth, but I just never thought, because Nat was so quiet, and I just never thought she really liked me enough to have called me to invite me to sing and take her place. And I was like, so I thought, and they called me to sing back for Patty on tour. Oh my God. And ever since then, we've been closer now than we were when we were first choice. We're like sisters for real. So to say this, we've always been in business. So what I did was I did that background for Patty, and did theater. I was recasted in the road show of Ain't Misbehaving. When Nell Carter, they took it off of Broadway, and I was casted in Nell Carter's spot. And then I've been directing and choreographing
Girl, get out of
plays.
here.
So I've still been in the
Yeah,
business, you know. But a lot of people think we have, and her story. Tell it,
But you
girl.
know, if they don't hear something,
Right.
they
They'll
see,
make it up.
you know,
Yeah.
they make
Well, they
stuff
make
up.
up, absolutely.
But guess what?
Make stuff up.
If they knew, you would heard hers.
If they
Tell
paid
what,
attention.
tell what you tell.
Tell us.
She did,
Come on.
she did some major. No, now she did major stuff.
No, I toured with Patty and Anita Baker and different
Mhm.
artists. But meanwhile, if she said people said we weren't involved, my husband and I wrote a couple songs of I Feel Good All Over by Stephanie Mills.
Oh my God, that
Mhm.
is my favorite song.
Really? Wow.
Oh,
and we
yes.
did Love Under New Management by Mickey Howard.
Mhm.
And we had a couple songs on Ted's album, Teddy Pendergrass, and
Mhm.
a lot of other artists. So we, like she said, we never stopped. I was singing the gospel. My husband's a gospel. We've been toured with so many artists, and I was a background contractor, so I was always in the studio for, doing albums, background.
Mhm.
So we just never stopped. It's just so many other things, but what do you say? People make up. I don't
Make
know
up stuff.
why.
Mhm.
I don't know
Yes.
why. Just give everybody credit where credit is due.
And
Exactly.
you guys had transferable skills.
Right.
Like,
Right.
you can
And
do all
Andre as
kinds of
well.
things when it comes to-
Andre, she toured
It-
with Donna Ross and
Exactly.
different artists,
Exactly. She married James Brown's son. No, for real.
Thank you very much for telling me.
No, I'm sorry. I just want them to know that you was been in the business all the time.
Yes, that's
You ain't never left the business.
I was in a band for 35 years, Bill Johnny's production band. And
okay.
then he turned it into Hard Drive, Bill Johnny's Hard Drive.
Mhm.
So every now and then I do that. And then I tour with Ted
Mhm.
and Miss Ross
Mhm.
and with Pat on the Rainbow Tour.
Mhm.
So, yeah, we've been working.
And I
We've
and I
been working.
and I want to give a little shout out because I
Go
sing.
right,
I
go
sing.
right ahead.
Huh?
Camera.
Oh, I sing with an awesome R&B old school band in North Carolina because I moved from Philly to North Carolina called Rhythm, and I have to give them a shout out because they are awesome.
Okay.
And so that's how I keep my chops open while I'm in North Carolina.
So how do you guys get your shows and your performances? How do you have an agent?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have somebody.
Somebody's just
We work,
Yes.
with between ourselves and our agent. Yeah.
and he books you all over because I think you were in New York.
Well, so
was
far
that
we've
this?
mainly been doing in New York. Yeah,
Boston.
Boston, New York, the northern areas. That's mostly where we do.
Before, didn't y'all go to Canada a lot or something?
Oh,
like that?
yeah.
I heard about that.
Overseas, yes.
Worked a lot.
What, Shoe Baby goes out there?
Shoe Baby said that.
Yeah.
And us, yeah, Shoe Baby said it.
We did a lot of
Travel all
overseas
over.
and stuff.
Mhm.
Well, you had good careers and they're still going.
Thank you.
They're still going. Now, are you still writing?
I'm still writing, yes.
We're
Okay.
waiting on our hit from.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's in the
I
plan.
heard.
That's in the plan. We're gonna
Yes, it is.
we're gonna put out another CD. We're gonna put out a new
That's what I was
CD.
going to ask. Yeah.
And I've already asked them that you write million sellers, dear. Write your
That's
girls a
definitely
million
real.
sellers.
Your sisters
Oh my
one.
Get your sisters one.
We're working on it.
I don't write, so that's out. I don't write.
But you can write
No.
if you wanted to.
She got-
Yes, you
Absolutely.
can.
I'm the
Yes.
choreographer. I'm the
Okay.
dance girl.
Yeah, she
I
did
don't
that.
write nothing.
They were like, Ursula, what was that?
Yeah.
She said, oh, okay, I forgot.
Exactly.
But,
Yeah, but I do the choreography. She
does.
writes, and
Mhm.
I don't. I
But
can't.
we're ready for a hit.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you're
Yeah,
gonna
it's
you're gonna
time.
put out
Yes.
a new CD.
Yes. ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any idea when that's going to be released?
No.
No,
They're working on it.
We're working on it.
And
You know,
when
it's it's on our bucket list to do within at least, maybe not completed in a year, but it's on our bucket list to
Yeah.
do that in the new year.
that would be great, and I'm sure everybody would be ready for that.
Mhm.
We'll be waiting for that. And Sure Enough Radio will be ready for it too, because he's sure enough gonna play all that CD.
You know what's funny?
Huh.
We did a show with Earl Young and the Tramps last
Yeah, I saw
couple of
that.
weeks from
I
now.
saw that.
A couple weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
And he was in awe. He looked at me in the net and said, "Oh my God, you ladies can sing.
Mm.
He said, "I didn't know y'all could sing." And then I said, "Yeah, everybody thought we couldn't sing because Rochelle was the lead singer.
Okay.
You know what you consider lead singer, because she did the majority of the song.
And she can sing.
And she can sing.
Mhm.
She can definitely sing.
But
You
they
know,
didn't know.
But no, they
Yeah.
didn't know, or they didn't realize that Annette shared a lot of songs with her lead, like a female OJ's thing.
Mhm.
You know, but I mean, we take nothing from Rochelle. That's a singing girl. You know, but they always thought, people thought, and we didn't realize Earl Young played drums on all our songs, that he didn't know that Annette and I could sing.
Well,
And he was so shocked 2 weeks ago that we could sing. He said, "Y'all, oh my God." And so we looked and said, "Yeah, everybody thought we couldn't sing. We can sing. We're not just background singers."
I know, but they always give credit to that lead, but without
Yeah, and we do too. Oh,
without
believe me,
the
we do
background
too.
singer, it takes.
Oh, it's a team.
Yes, a team.
It's
it
a
takes,
team.
It takes all slices
give-
of that
right.
pie.
We
to
give
make it,
props
right?
to all involved. It's not
Yes.
one, it's not two, it was three. And we all, we're all still cool. We're all still cool, But they just didn't think we could sing.
Well, the motivation is definitely there. What motivates you guys to keep on? I mean, what's the motivation factor here?
I love and the gifts performing.
Performing.
Absolutely.
And
And the response
the
from the
response that we
Isn't that
get.
great? That's
Oh
great,
my
right?
God.
They give and take feedback.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, we have got nothing but 100% positive. You know, you have to recognize, no, we don't have what people say the voice of first choice, which was Rochelle, because she led all the songs.
Yeah.
But we are holding our own,
Yeah.
and the people are loving us.
Yeah.
And we thank Rochelle for the avenue she gave us.
Yeah, she opened the door.
Yeah, we
it's
thank
great,
her.
it's great.
We thank her. We love her. We thank her.
love you.
Yeah.
And the motivation is there, and it's like you can't stop
No.
because it's in you now, and you're going to
That's right.
continue to go. The songs are going to be written,
That's right.
and hopefully all of you will get a chance to do some of that
That's
lead,
right.
and you're good with that choreography. And guys, I just can imagine it's going to be great.
I hit
It's
that
gonna be
stage
great.
sometime in pain because I got
You better
arthritis.
mind.
I have arthritis in my knees.
Does the pain go away?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
know.
And
Yes.
when I come off, I'm like this. Oh Lord. But on that stage, you would never know the pain that I'm in. But I learned that BC arthritis
Yo, Lord.
takes away the pain. Oh. Shout out to BC.
Y'all gonna mess around and have a fourth choice.
Come on.
Right.
Come on.
Well, it's
But
hard
you
to
know-
say the audience response. They know every
Mhm.
word
Of the song.
of the
They do.
song. Is amazing. And it just-
Oh,
it's just
Lord, they make me, I
I'm looking away.
have a problem with memory.
No, she said she looked away.
No, I have
Looking away.
a problem with memory. And sometimes the audience be right and I be wrong. I'm like, Lord.
Singing something else.
And I look at that now and be cracking up.
But that's okay. You think that's part
But
of
it's
it.
all right. Yeah, they do. We have fun on stage. We're like a sisterhood.
They're clowns.
Wait, I'm the only sane one
Who's
in
talking?
the whole shooting match. I take care of them
Hey,
emotionally, because they need their
They
meds.
need help, right?
no, she didn't.
They need
I
their meds.
So I know who knows.
Yeah,
Well, who are you thinking about producing, getting to produce this CD? You ever given that?
There's just so many great writers, producers that we
know that are friends
know.
of ours. Yeah.
A couple of people have agreed to do songs for it, so we're looking forward to it.
Outstanding.
And you never know, we may do a switch up and just do something with somebody else,
Mhm.
you know, and throw them in there. We don't know yet. We still working on
We
it.
just want the world to get ready.
What have you thought about doing any inspirational music?
Okay, I used to sing gospel. She sang gospel, and then she still sings gospel. We all have done it.
in church.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, she has a bunch of gospel CDs out when there was delegation,
Right.
and
Okay.
I did a gospel CD. She's done the gospel. Oh, we got the gospel in us.
Then I got the music so I can play that gospel on live
Oh,
stage.
sorry.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, you got gospel on your station?
Mhm.
Yes. I have a full-blown Philly Live Radio 365 radio station.
Okay.
And it's worldwide. You got music, I play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have talk shows like this, what we're doing right now. You know?
So
So,
yeah, but when I moved to
Cool.
North Carolina, I hooked up with a lady. She was let me tell you something. You're talking about an awesome gospel songwriter and an awesome Christian drama and comedy show writer.
Yeah.
We got a video on
Yeah.
YouTube of a play that she wrote in I'll say 30 minutes.
hmm.
3 casts, 2 hours and 15-minute play. That was a comedy, Christian comedy.
Mhm.
And there's a clip on YouTube called "Those Nosy Neighbors." Check it out. It's
Okay.
awesome.
Those nosy neighbors.
Yes,
Everybody
and she
check it out.
wrote. So she wrote all the songs that was in our gospel group,
Mhm.
and she passed away
Mhm.
about 5 years ago. Her name was Cynthia Stevens. She was a gift that was unreal.
Mhm.
And I'm telling you, she had boxes of Christian comedy and dramas that if she'd have lived to sing it, because I was working on trying to get her out there,
Mhm.
and we had put on that one play before she died,
Mhm.
and it was such an awesome response.
Right.
So write it down. Those nosy, like NOSEY
Those nosy
neighbors.
neighbors.
Mhm.
And speaking of gospel, my husband was a gospel artist, Gabriel Hardiman. He had the group Gabriel Hardiman delegation. And 4 or 5 gospel albums that did pretty well.
Yeah.
Chief musician was the last one nominated for a
I
Stella.
was gonna say Stella
So,
Grammy.
yes, so like you said, we just never stop.
Never
We've always
Exactly.
been in
In
church.
some kind of way, we've been in music. You know, so that is not
Theater.
true. We have been in this business through theater,
Oh, yeah, you did a play. Weren't you in a
Studio.
play?
Yeah, I just finished Hairspray. Yeah.
Yeah, Hairspray.
I was just in
Tell us
Hairspray.
about that. Tell us about Hairspray.
Lord, I was Motor Mouth Mayfield.
That's the perfect
That's
character.
a perfect
Oh,
character.
I'm looking
for it,
this
right?
way again.
Yeah, we did it about 5 years ago. I'm on the board of our community theater in North Carolina. Clinton, North Carolina is called the Sampson Community Theater.
Okay.
And I'm on the board, and board members direct, and they're in plays. And when they decided to do Hairspray, they asked me, said, Ursula, please audition for Motor Mouth. I was
Oh.
like, Lord, have mercy. I said, I got to remember lines and stuff.
But
So-
you're just that perfect character, that
Mhm.
personality.
It was
funny
awesome.
and
It was awesome.
um,
I loved it.
and you
So it
welcome-
came back. Yeah, it's on YouTube too.
Yeah.
And it came, and they wanted it. People wanted it again. So 5 years later, we did it again about a month ago.
Okay.
And I
So
was,
that's
and
what
she
you did.
asked me. She said, "If you're not going to play Motor Mouth, I'm not going to do it." I said, "I'll do Motor Mouth." Okay. Okay, I'll do that. And I did it, and it was awesome again. Sell out everywhere.
You know, Andre
That's
also
great.
as well as like
Exactly.
the theater. Andre.
My first theater was with Freedom Theater, John Allen.
Philadelphia? Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, John Allen, yeah.
I was in something called the Gospelers,
Hmm.
and they had a few musicians in there like Betty Spivey and different people. And then from there, I went on to do the Liz a couple years
Mhm.
and some other things that I might not be able to recall right now.
Oh,
But yeah, theater we love, you know,
Yes.
because we love just live anyway. And you know, they say you're not supposed to break that third wall, but you can't help it.
exactly.
You have a line and you want to say something,
And you just look at the audience and you see them receiving you and you just want to talk to them, you know. So yeah, but John Allen slapped me about that a few times. Not slapped me literally.
Right.
Okay, how was it working with John and Ross? Tell me a little bit about that.
It was good.
It was
Just take the
good.
as an answer.
Very good. Yeah, kind woman.
All right.
Kinder than I had heard.
Mhm.
You know, you like we said, you hear things, you know, but she was very kind.
Did you learn anything? Did you get anything out of that experience?
I always do, you know, because I'm a watcher and I watch people, you know, and I learn from. We can still learn no matter how old we are.
Mhm.
You know, we're 104.
Don't go there.
Yeah, we're 104 and we still learning. So yeah, I learned a lot.
Okay.
I learned a lot from them.
Yeah. How not to act?
And I look away again.
And there's so many things that I didn't know and Gilbert didn't know, like all the background, all the famous people you work with, and you're right. You were one of my. I'm telling you, that's my favorite.
Everybody.
When I hear that, that brings tears to my eyes, right?
Wow.
And you're right in Yaden now. I didn't even know. So it's really good to learn and sit down and talk. And I'm sure the audience out there, they're learning a lot about you that they didn't know. Let me say hi to the ones that's here. Melody, Richard Hart, Kevin, Bassman. Hi, Bassman. I'll see you in a few minutes, right? And Kent Burnside, Emmanuel, Harry.
I mean, Mom, know them.
Hey y'all.
Oh, they
Hey,
hey, huh?
Beautiful.
Hey, y'all. Hey, my glass. Okay. How y'all doing?
Yeah.
Freddie up in
You
here
got
with Doris
And Gilbert.
and Gilbert
Yes.
and having a good time. Yeah. They're crazy.
Yes.
Crazy in the basement.
They're crazier than us. Yeah, it's a basement pod. Y'all remember them? If you anywhere near our age, you remember basement pod.
Yes.
Which light?
They
Yeah,
hear
with the blue light.
Red light.
The blue light.
Blue light, red.
Look, the newfangled light came out. The black light.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh,
white
yeah.
light you've never been. With a black light.
Yeah, but it showed all the lint.
Yeah.
If your clothes had lint on them,
It showed all
girl,
of
I
that.
used to hate them lights. You be thinking you cute going there in that black light here, see all them lint balls all on your bald hair, everything to make me mad.
Okay, so where are you guys performing next?
Okay, tomorrow we will be in Suffolk County, New York, at the at the Ball Hill Amphitheater with Felipe Rose from Village People, Intruders,
Humana.
the Tramps with Earl Young, with Tavares, Hughes Corporation, Harold Melvin's Blue Notes,
Okay.
or
Corey.
Corey Dave, Sharon Brown. She's crazy too. What we have all
She's funny.
Oh my God. Who else? Oh,
Is this one day?
my Carolina's coming out.
That sounds like an
All
uptown.
them-
It's like
much
about
stuff.
10. It's about 10 artists. Oh,
Oh.
France Jolie, Disco Unlimited,
Oh my goodness, that sounds like one of those uptown.
and then there's some
Is it
awesome.
3 shows?
Yes, and then there's a awesome host and DJs and all that.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
really
awesome.
nice. And you get a chance to see the people that we used to see.
Yeah.
It's
You know,
connected.
it's our era.
Yeah.
And that's what they want. That's what they're in. They're hunger for.
Mhm.
You know, that music where they
that
can
is-
dance.
that
I was getting ready to say that.
Yeah.
I went to a club one time.
Mhm.
It was in North Carolina. And they, the rap. I was a friend of mine, the lady I said that passed away that was in the gospel. Her daughter was having a birthday party. She wanted somebody she could trust to take up the money at the door. So we did. And we looked in there, and wasn't nobody on the dance floor. Everybody, because it was rap. Everybody was just on the side. And I'm like, you gonna ever get on the dance floor? People are ready to dance again.
People want to dance.
They want to
They want to
dance.
dance.
They're tired of going to the club banging heads.
Mhm.
I know.
You want to dance. I agree with that.
And now they starting to dance like I got bad knees. Much as I love to dance. Oh my God. Because that used to be my dream, was to open my own ballet school. Because I was a ballet dancer, and I was in the top 100 ballet dancers in the state of Pennsylvania.
Mhm.
And we were under the direction of our teacher, Mr. Fred Bacon. And ballet, my dream to sing, never. That wasn't
That wasn't your dream?
I never thought I could sing until, because number one, I was always been teased because talking about I was a boy because I have such a deep voice. Well, okay, whatever. But I always was teased, so I said, okay, I'm gonna get in the talent show. I got in the talent show at Barsham, got booed. And I had two girls with they ran off the stage. I stayed on stage laughing, still, because I don't get embarrassed like that. Well, West Philly had a talent show, so I went to West Philly. But this time I sang that song by Friends Distinction. You got me going in circles,
Right.
and won first place.
There you go.
And all it was because they couldn't believe, because I was this big, this wide, had such a deep, loud, strong voice. That's all I want, because everybody couldn't believe I was this little girl singing that. And and then Poogie of the Delphonics is really the one that got me into the business, really, in a sense. Because I was such a mean little girl. You know, everybody thought I didn't smile and was friendly, and I really wasn't. And so I used to wait for the bus at 52nd and Spruce, and Philly Groove Records was there. And they would be up there rehearsing, and Poogie would lean over out the window waiting on me. And when I got off the bus, I just go, who is he? So he said, hey. And he said, hey, you know what is your name? And I did like this. Why?
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was. So he said, well, can I call you my 52nd Street Queen? I said, whatever. So he said, well, come here, come upstairs. Well, back then, we didn't have to worry about somebody tell you come upstairs where you're going to be beat, raped, and killed.
Yeah.
So I went up there, and he said, what's your name? I said, Ursula. He said, do you know who I am? I said, no. He said, I'm Poogie. I said, and? So he said, can you sing?
Listen to this.
I said, no, I don't sing. He said, you don't sing? I said, no. And he started playing piano and was singing and said, sing with me. And I sang with him. He said, you can sing. And I was like, whatever. And I left there still never wanting to sing. Dancing was my heart. So I'm getting my dancing now and singing. And then whenever they needed a terrible singer, they found me. When they needed a bass. And you know what? We met, not to talk, it ain't all about me, but it's funny how we met the Temptations too.
Tell us about that.
What's his name? Melvin Franklin. We were standing outside waiting to meet them outside of the dressing room. And they kept hearing this deep voice. And he would look out. And when he looked out, all he saw was us three little girls. And and when he go in, we like, so, and he'd come back out. And he said, I hear somebody with a voice deep as mine out here. Who is out here? He said, all I see is you three young ladies. And he said, who's got a voice? I said, I do. And he said, hey, he called us in the dressing room. And so he started singing notes, bass notes. And he said, see if I could go that low. And I could. And he said, I've never met a female that could go as deep as me. I said, well, you met one this time.
Story.
That was so funny. But it was funny because the way he kept looking out and looking for a man.
Yeah.
And all he saw was us three little ladies. It was me, Net Rochelle at that time.
But you know, we're talking about getting started. My uncle, one of the
Tell
pets.
William
Guest, they brought, and so of course I was
okay.
always around him, and I couldn't help my uncle. It's like, oh my God.
No. He was moving, wasn't he? That's what they were doing.
So that's what really opened my eyes. My dad was a great singer, my mother. So just watching my uncle, it made me want to do more.
Mm-hmm.
And when we went to Atlanta, we would eat at the Gladys place and stuff.
Yeah.
We would hang out with them and everything.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Tell us about that.
About
Couldn't read. Couldn't read. And Aunt Gladys.
Gladys.
Cousin Gladys.
just, just hang with him, and he loved it. And Ned, he's from Aunt Ned. Yeah, Z country. Just, working and singing together, and, talk about the business. The business part, which is a lot of times we really didn't know.
Mhm.
So
That's right.
but the business part is serious.
So it's show business.
No, exactly.
A
They
lot of
miss that
people are
part.
all about the show.
That's right, but don't know the business.
It should have a Z in it. The
That's right.
business.
That's right.
Business.
That's
Mhm.
really important, and it's really important. Like a lot of
That's
our younger generations, they are trying to get into music.
Mm.
So tell them what they should know.
well. First of all, years ago, that's what got groups like ours in the mess that we're in these later years, because we were young and didn't know
Yeah.
the business.
Mhm.
You live and you learn. But if you don't get the business down, don't even get in the show.
Mhm.
It should be called business show. Seriously, because you can get tripped up and lose almost everything.
Mess you up.
Mess you up bad if you don't know the business.
What was it? It was normal course for the talent to come out. Everybody puts on the show, and all this money is being paid to hear you play, hear you sing,
Mhm.
and you're not the one collecting the dime.
No, but you're so excited because
Mhm.
you had
Because we got a
band,
record.
you got-
Yes.
You just
It's
so
true.
Oh
excited.
God, yes.
Yeah,
We
you
ain't even
think
thinking
it.
about the money.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning, oh my God. You
Yeah,
heard
not
that
in the
song on the
beginning. It's too
radio.
late.
Oh my goodness.
You heard that song, it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You're right.
Until
And that's what we
until
told
it's
you.
too
I was on the
late.
bus the first time. I
Right.
And you're laughing and you're so happy and they
Exactly.
taking all your money.
All of it. All.
Yeah.
Yes. But I mean, think
All
about
of it.
we did the show with opening for the Jackson 5. We thought
Yes.
we had
That was my first show when I got with the group.
Yeah, right, exactly.
When I got with the group, that was the first show I did with them. It was in California, opening for the Jackson 5. So we you open for the Jackson 5, you hot.
Right?
And then,
Is that a good payday?
wait a minute, I don't even remember. And then there was a Grammy show, and there was a white female artist, big artist, that sang Armed and Extremely Dangerous. And I said, ain't no way in the world Armed and Extremely Dangerous was not a million seller. Anytime there's a white artist
Mhm.
using it as her song to sing on the Grammys. I know doggone well.
Ooh.
We were like, how did that happen?
Miscommunication. And the expenses that we had to pay for you and your group. Every time y'all went somewhere, we had to spend all this money.
Mhm. That's
But
So
you
my
never
thing is
heard,
let us figure that out.
Right.
But see, you know what? Being young, you trust. Being young, you trust.
Mhm.
And what one major thing that people need to know in the business, because you want us to tell it,
Yeah.
tell a little something.
Mhm.
Never give power attorney to a manager
Mm.
or record label to sign contracts
Right.
without you present to sign at the same time. And never leave without your copy.
Today, things are different.
Yes. Oh yeah, they're smarter.
Totally different.
Yeah, they're not as excited to just to have a deal like we were.
But you still need to have.
But you need to know that.
You need to have a
right.
lawyer there.
That's right.
Because you don't
That's right.
you don't know how to read contracts.
That's right. If you don't know how to read that fine print, that fine print is no joke.
Mhm.
It's just like looking at a commercial on TV. And if you don't read that little part down there, you be buying stuff that says, if you take it in 10 days, your heart's gonna fail, your legs gonna fall off. All you heard was what they want you to hear to sell it.
She got a story to tell too, Doris, about that song that y'all put together. And you
Yeah, do you guys remember Frank Virtue Studios?
Oh my gosh.
Virtue, yeah. That's when we
Everybody
recorded.
here.
That's when we recorded in and out.
A
My
Marshall
love.
song.
Yep.
Well, I went down there, I was with this group, and we did this song, anyway, we did this song. And then it was a guy, I think he's passed now, rest his soul, by the name of Billy Jackson.
Mhm.
And he took us down there and we did this song. And he said to us, we love the song, but we need 2 weeks. And then you guys gonna come back and finish it up,
Mhm.
you know. And I was always a songwriter. I love to write. Okay, so I wrote the song. Never thought about copywriting the song or nothing. I was just so happy.
Mm.
I wrote this song. He's taken us into the studio and we heard our voices on there and everything. So in 2 weeks, he never did call. And I kept calling and calling and never could reach him. He never called.
Mhm.
And one day I was listening to the radio and it came on the radio. It came on the radio, but it was called Spinning Top by the Orlons. My love is just a spinning
Yeah.
top. That was it. That was my
Oh,
song.
goodness.
And it
I
was
remember
nothing,
that.
it was nothing that I could do.
Because you had no paper.
I had nothing.
No
I
paperwork.
had nothing.
Nothing to say that was
No.
not.
Copywritten. and-
Nothing but a broken heart.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then I learned after that. That was a lesson learned. To
Mhm.
copyright everything and don't be so trustworthy, you know?
And years ago, they had the cheap way of doing your own.
When you send it back.
Send it back and never open it unless you need to prove something. And they make sure it's dated on the inside in the letter. Yeah. Even that would have worked.
Yeah.
Even now
I
it
had
would work.
anything, nothing. And it's just a broken heart.
Oh,
I turned that radio on and I listen and listen and I cry and I call him, but I never seen him since.
Oh,
I
you
never,
have-
I've
oh.
never,
That kind of stuff
I
make me
never
pop a
seen
cat.
him.
Maybe not. Maybe you shouldn't see him.
Yeah, well, I think
But
I mean,
it's
triggers,
wrong
you
now.
know.
We've heard so many
So we
stories.
don't want you to think
But this business is a dog eat dog business because I'm gonna tell you, there's things that people have said that we would never have thought and said something about us because we've never said things about
Yeah.
in a negative.
Mm.
Everything we say about anybody is positive. Number one, we ain't trying to have karma fall back on us.
Right.
So anything we like, even on Facebook when we post stuff, you know, it's more of a positive thing. Or when we're doing a show or something inspirational,
Yeah.
I ain't got time to down nobody.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's the problem in this business. There is room at the top, the middle, the bottom for everybody.
Yep.
You don't have, if you're at the bottom, you don't have to bring people down with you because that's your choice to be at the bottom because you don't have to be at the bottom.
Right.
That's your
Good
choice.
point.
So
Good
why would I
point.
bring her down at the bottom with me?
Good
Because
point.
I'm at
That's
the
a
bottom.
Good point. Mhm.
So, and there's a middle.
Mhm.
Well, we're not a bottom, a halfway group. We're top. And whatever it takes for us to do, even if it means putting up with maybe things that without discrediting ourselves
Right.
Mhm.
or belittling ourselves,
Mhm.
we're going to do. But you're not going to use us, and you're not going to down us. You're not going to talk about us. You know what I mean? Because we're not the type of people. We're positive. If my thing is, if I can't now amongst ourselves, we might say, you know, it sounds like I'm my nerves.
Right.
But we're sisters.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just like you do with your sister, your brother.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But in public, it ain't nobody's business. You know, say what we say, anything positive, and really feel it from the heart. It ain't. We're not just saying things for attention. We're saying it because we feel that.
Mhm.
And friends, don't let friends drive drunk.
Mhm.
This is true.
They don't.
Right.
You know, so you know,
But we
We
felt
need to
like that
stick
at the last
together.
show when
Yeah.
we saw all the guys at the last
oh
show.
God,
It was just love.
love. Oh
Like
my
going
God.
together.
I love the way
Family.
you stay together.
Let me tell
You
you
know, I
something.
like that.
Michelle Licata from New York, she puts together some of the most awesome shows.
Yeah.
Mm.
And we want to give a shout out to her. And we want to give a shout out to Michael Bullock.
Okay, all right.
Michelle Hellman.
And Michelle believed in us
Mhm.
when we got back together. And because a lot of promoters and stuff don't want to book us because, you know, we don't have that lead voice.
Mm.
But Michelle believed in us. And she books us and books
They
us
thought we-
all this because they thought we weren't capable because we never really did leads. But like I said, not realizing that Annette shared leads with Rochelle, you know, but still, you know, it's not about let my work speak for me.
Yeah. Right.
You know, I'm not gonna run around and discredit nobody. My work speaks for me, you know. But anyway, we have so Michelle gave us a chance, and she booked us, and she's been booking us ever since.
That's great.
You know, and she's and Michael B has had all positive feelings about us, and he wanted to work with us and help us too. You know, and he's been there.
You know, and he also managed.
Double exposure, yeah. Double our brother group. That's our big brothers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rich Davis,
Damn.
still.
Yes.
I'm trying to get him to come on my show. He's always been.
Wait a minute.
Who is that?
Butch.
Rich
Oh,
Davis.
Butch.
Let's
Rich
get
Davis.
Butch
Butch.
and Joe.
Come here,
Get on Doris
Over
Smith
here.
Doris show.
right now.
You don't want us to whip you. Don't let me bring my belt.
That's right.
Here, double exposure. Y'all need to
Yeah, I've
come.
been trying
Calm
to get him
down.
for months.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's Michael Bullock.
That's
Yes,
the way
Michael
things
Bullock.
have been going.
Uncle Michael.
Oh, yeah, my Uncle Mike and Aunt Steffi.
Maybe they'll come now, right?
Yeah, they'll be here.
Big
Your,
Beverly
your phone
sisters.
will ring
told-
tonight.
Exactly. Hit her up on Facebook if you don't have a number. It's Doris.
He has my number.
Oh, okay.
Did you hear that?
I grew up with him. You know,
Who, Joe and Butch?
Butch was right on 60th and Ellsworth. Remember?
Butch.
Wow.
Don't you dare.
That's where Pop Montague was.
You know.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
Pop, no Pop. was on-
Yeah.
No Pop was on 62nd and Ellsworth.
That's right.
Yeah. Ellsworth.
Oh,
Pop,
girl,
because I
Butch,
live right down the
Butch,
street.
you know her.
I got
You grew up around her. Don't play with us.
Yeah.
I remember my own name.
Don't make us come get you.
Excuse me. Keep talking.
You excuse.
Oh my goodness.
We're gonna come get Butch.
Let's talk about Pop Montague. I mean, I can't
Oh,
believe
God,
you
I
brought
remember
that
him.
name.
That's an old
He be doing
one.
our choreography.
Where's he at?
I don't know. Oh, shit, I don't know.
You do know. You know where you.
And remember Charlie Atkins?
Charlie. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I remember him.
Choreography.
Hey, I remember him.
Weekly.
Hi.
Yes, my neighbor.
Right, right.
Oh, oh wow. I haven't seen you since I left Philly.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him.
Oh, you still doing the weekly?
And he came to take some pictures and put in the weekly.
Why looking like this? I'm looking.
No, I'm gonna have to cut.
No.
Oh my God. For real, do I look ugly?
You look beautiful.
Oh my God. How's your wife doing?
Well, you know, I emailed you. You weren't sure if we were.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, back in February of last year.
Yes, I remember. Oh my God.
50 years.
That's right.
Yeah.
50 years.
Finish our interview.
Right there.
But you know, I think what I like and what I see and what I like is that a lot of groups they split up. They go their different ways, and you guys are still tightly
Yeah.
stuck together.
That's stuff.
You know, I mean, you know,
I don't
I
mind.
mean,
Seriously.
stuck
Oh,
together. I
yeah,
mean,
that's a good word.
I mean, it's stuck together. I
Yeah.
mean, they're there and they, you know, they talk well of each other and, you know, and they probably think almost the same way,
Yeah.
you know? And, I guess I said that was wrong. I guess that was wrong.
And next, and I will be home. I live in North Carolina now, but I'm born and raised West Philadelphia. Born and raised on the playground where I spent most of my day. Till now, relaxing, that call cool. Okay. Anyway, but we and I went black and gold. We went to Bartram, black and gold, black and gold, black and black. No, maroon and gray.
Maroon gray.
Maroon and got color. Wait a minute.
No, she right. Maroon and gray.
No, you told me the wrong colors.
I told her to go.
No, maroon and gray. Bartram. But anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, what were we talking about again? What about? I know. We're not. She fits. She fits.
I fit.
She fits.
'cause I can't
You are. Yeah,
remember.
you're in the group now. What was we talking about? That you forgot, don't you dare. What was we talking about?
But in essence,
I'm old too.
we want to just leave our interview today with
No. We don't want to.
letting our audience know that you're still together, you're still doing fine.
That's what it was. That's
Out,
what it was.
you know,
That's what it was.
you're happy campers, and where you're going to be next, and we're going to stay in contact at Philly Live Radio to play your CD when it comes out, and all the younger artists or the artists that want to get into the music business, what they need to do, and you know, read those
Yes.
And
Fine.
even the younger artists, Mary J.
Mary
redid,
J.
Oh, yeah,
No
she
Man
put
for
it on.
Singer.
Yeah.
And she just redid. She used our track to Dr. Love and rewrote the lyrics to Only
Oh,
Love.
my goodness,
And
she
Mary J.
did.
Blige, we thank you. We love
Yes,
you.
I love
Because you
you,
brought
Mary
us
J.
back.
I love you, Mary J.
First choice is back.
Yeah.
Mary J.
Wouldn't that be a nice
Oh, yeah, that would be a
show?
nice.
If someone would call us?
You need us to do the background on Only
Come
Love.
on now.
We can.
Well, one other thing.
See, y'all gonna be
how about
talking about
Atlantic
the song,
City?
but love thing was my thing.
Yes.
Yeah, we want to do Elizabeth and we want to do home.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Atlantic
You
City.
know, but Atlantic City, yeah.
We're going to be at the R&B. We're singing at the R&B
Society.
Society. That
We're Atlantic City.
When was
But
that?
it's not a full
September the
show.
23rd.
The award.
It's the black tie.
ceremony.
Black
Okay.
tie.
And we're performing.
Yeah, it's a bunch of groups performing.
All
It's
right.
at the Claridge, yeah, the Claridge
Dark.
in Atlantic City. That's
Good time.
September 23rd.
September
It's that time,
23rd.
that's-
Is it that time?
Okay, it's time. You know.
It's time.
He always give me that.
Oh, wait a minute. Can I say this?
Go right ahead.
I was just see. No, wait a minute. Can I get one more second? Can I get one more second, please, please? See, I live in North Carolina, and they still in Philly.
Uh-huh.
And she will call me. I will call her with the same thing
See?
on each other's mind, and I would tell her, if you don't stay out of my brain, but spirits connect.
Mhm.
And I don't care what. And do you know the song that was in? I was just getting ready to pour my mouth to sing. She sung it. Stay out of our heads.
It's because you've been together. You
Yeah.
connected
Then
so
go ahead
long.
and sing it. Go ahead and sing it, please.
It's time to go now. Go. This is the end of our interview. But we must say
Don't make it the end. We'll come back.
You can
Yeah.
come back. You can always welcome
that it's
to come
not
back.
the end.
You're always welcome to come
Thank
We
back.
enjoyed it.
Like,
Thank
like
you. It's been a ball.
T Life.
Yeah, my
coming
did you
back.
tell him I said hi?
Yes,
Good.
yes, he wanted,
He wanted
to
to
be
be
here, but
here.
he couldn't.
Oh wow. Tag
He's coming
team.
back in October, and he's going to do his phase 2 because he said he got so much more to tell.
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
He's
that's nice.
So
he
he's
has a
done-
book,
Mhm,
and
yeah.
it's in one interview is not gonna do. You might have to do a third interview with my boy
See,
T.
He's coming back.
That's my bud. Him and I were partners.
It's a deal for you.
We were partners, and we were producing a female group together. And before I moved to Philly,
Okay.
I mean, moved to
North
North
Carolina.
Carolina. I told y'all. But I'm still here.
Okay. All right. Well,
We love
Facebook
y'all.
family and friends, we thank you for joining in with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you,
First Choice
Facebook.
was here and they were great, and join in with us again. Thank you.
All right,
Thank
come on,
you.
Okay.
get on that.
Okay.
And we are, bring it
Bye-bye.
down, bring it
Bye.
down. We are,
Bye-bye.
there we go, we are now out.
That was great.
That